Hi, welcome. Here is your writing lesson for today. You will need your writing packet. We're going to be on the page that says questions about my topic 8.4. It looks like this. We are going to learn how to ask formal and informal questions today about our topic. Miss Yusuf, we haven't chosen a topic. And we are also going to narrow down what our topic for our writing lesson will be for this module. So, before we get started, yesterday we reviewed in a procedural story or in a procedural text that it gives us instructions on how to do something. And yesterday we talked about time, order, and sequence, how it's important to use those sequence or time order words to help you explain how to do that thing. Let's see. When we write a procedural text, we often need to ask questions. So it's really important for us to ask questions in research. So what we're going to do is let's review this. Let's review what kind of questions we can ask. So there's formal kinds of questions and there's informal kind of questions. Formal kinds of questions ask when writing, research reports, speeches, or formal presentations. Answer using primary sources or secondary sources. That means you get your information off of either a primary source or a secondary source. A primary source would be a person or from a book, and a secondary source would be from the internet or from a newspaper. And formal questions ask when conducting surveys, taking polls, or browsing, just looking through stuff. Answer using your ideas and other ideas or primary or secondary sources. So we have formal and informal questions. If I am writing a procedural text about the start of the school day, I might ask myself the question, what time does school start? I could ask the principal, which could be a primary source, or I could check the school website, which would be a secondary source. Do you see how I can find that information, primary source or secondary source? Okay, very good. Let's see. Some activities like growing plants happen in the same order every single time. I want you to think about an activity that needs to be done in a set order. Write the steps to complete that activity and describe the activity in a paragraph and write the steps in a list. Now, whoa, that's getting way too ahead of ourselves. We're not there yet. What we're going to do today is we are going to brainstorm or think of ideas or topics that we can write about. We're going to write our ideas and topics in the box on this page that I showed you guys a few minutes ago. So we're going to write our ideas of different topics here, and then we're going to choose one topic that we're going to write about. This is going to be the topic that you're going to write a big paper about. So please make sure that you choose a topic that interests you. Don't choose a topic that's boring or not fun to you. All right? After we choose our topic, we're going to write a formal question or an informal question. And we're going to write that here. We're going to write the formal question and then the informal question. Again, an example would be if my topic or my story will be about school or our school schedule, then one of my primary sources would be, what time does school start? I would ask the principal, what time does school start? And then another, a informal would be, I could check the school website, which would be a secondary source, when does school start? All right. So now going back to this paper, let's talk together and brainstorm or think of ideas of things that are done every single time in the same order. What are some things that are done every single time in the same order? Anyone? You can give me the ideas that you wrote about yesterday if you want. Yes, Bernaya. Okay, is that done in the same exact order every single time? No. It's something that's done in the same exact order every single time. Leia. How to play a game. But games can be played differently, right? I understand like how to play this certain game, but in order to play any kind of game, eventually towards the end, you have to do something different to win. So that wouldn't be something where it's every single time. But that's a good idea. We're brainstorming. That's a great idea. What's another idea, Miss Rena? Okay, what is that? Oh, so it's like it's like a kind of sandwich? Okay. So she said making this kind of Hispanic sandwich. What is it called? Pan comelda. Right? Panquillo melda. Okay, that's a good one. So I'm just going to write down how to make a sandwich. Or is it kind of like a sandwich, or is it more of a meal? Okay, I'm just going to write how to make and then like, maybe a meal or a kind of food. Okay, I'm just going to say how to make a kind of food. That could be a topic, but you have to be specific what kinds of food. So if you want to do that kind of food that you talked about, I think that would be really interesting, especially for me, because I like to learn about other cultures and I like to learn about other foods and how to make them. I think that's very interesting to me. So Rena said how to make a certain kind of food, so I'm just going to write how to make or how about, what is it called when you have something that tells you how to make a certain kind of food? What is that called? Recipe. A good job. Okay, recipe. So maybe I'll write that down. Okay, so I had a few good questions. They said, Ms. Yusuf, am I writing this down? Yes, because this is just ideas. This isn't what you're going to write about. We're just writing ideas down here. And then later you can choose one of the things or something that's not written. But right now we're just brainstorming. We're trying to get ideas. So we're talking again about what are things that we do the same exact way every single time. There's a recipe for certain kinds of foods. What else, Miss Leah? Okay. Fasting is kind of different depending on how you fast. Some people fast drinking water, some people fast not, some people, that is very controversial. We're talking about something that's done the same every single time. Let me give you an example. Brushing your teeth. Don't we brush our teeth the same way every single time? First you get your toothbrush. Then you you don't just put it on. How do you put it on? You open the tube of no, you don't slap it on. It's closed. You open the toothpaste bottle, and then you squirt a little bit of toothpaste on the brush. Exactly. Some people do, some people don't. I do. Wet the toothbrush, put it in your mouth, and brush up and down the bottom of your teeth, the top of your teeth. My point is brushing your teeth, is the same. You do it the same every single time, right? That's another idea. What else? Any other ideas? What else do we do the same every single time? Think about school. Ooh, we have a lot of ideas. JC? How do we eat? Well, that's easy. That's like 2 steps. Put it in your mouth, chew, swallow. That's it. No, we're talking about something a little more complex than that. Okay, Brenaya?
Getting ready for school every day.
Good. Getting ready for school. That's a good one. What's another one, Rena? Okay. She said how to get your hair done. Well, everyone kind of does. Exactly. Everyone does their hair differently. So it depends. If you want to braid, braids are done differently than just straightening your hair, or combing your hair, or curling your hair. So I guess you could say more specifically like how to braid or how to curl your hair. But again, I would pick a topic. Please stop talking over me. I'm begging you. Please stop talking over me. I would pick a topic that you're very knowledgeable about. That means it's something you know a lot about. If you're going to pick how to curl your hair and you honestly have never curled your hair before and you have no idea, I would not choose that. Or it's going to be very hard to write about something you don't have any idea about. Okay? Ready for school, we said. What's another one, Amaria? Okay. It's more specifically, not just morning work. How about our school schedule? Isn't that the same every day? Isn't our schedule in school the same every day? We kind of do the same thing every day, right? We do our morning work, we do our math, we do our Saxon, and then we go to PE, and then we come back, finish our Saxon, and then we go to lunch, and then we do our writing, and then we do our reading, and then we go to recess. And then we come back and do our social studies or science. Sometimes we go to the computer lab, and then we go home. So that is our daily schedule. That's something that would be right. What's another one, Brenaya?
How to put your hair in a cool. What? That's the same thing.
That's how to tie your hair, but that's really easy.
No, it's how to do your hair in a cool. It's her hair.
Okay.
It's about magic.
So daily schedule, recipe, brush your teeth, ready for school. What's something that I wrote about yesterday when we wrote about steps? Making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Isn't that kind of the same every time too? The only thing that would probably be different is maybe choosing the kind of jam you want. And maybe you're not using jam, maybe you're using honey. Right? So making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich would be a good one. I'm just going to write peanut butter, PBJ. All right. What's another way, Brenaya? Okay, making another kind of sandwich. That's the same as kind of like a recipe for something. And you can do that too.
No, it's not a recipe. I made it up.
Okay, does anyone have any other ideas? Think of how-to things that we watch sometimes. Oh, something that most of you guys are knowledgeable about. Destin? How to make Odd Squad? Okay. Amaria? This is probably the most searched thing on the internet. Haney? You can't make a light bulb. How to make slime. How many of you guys know how to make slime? Awesome. Maybe that could be one. I don't know how to make slime either. And I'm her teacher. Okay. Anyway, maybe that's if you know how to make slime, if you honestly do and are not just saying that, that could be a good topic too. All right. So I gave you as many ideas as I can try to come up with. Now it's your turn to choose one idea. You're going to choose one topic or idea. You're going to write a formal question about your topic, and then you're going to write an informal question. Let's say I'm going to choose making peanut butter and jelly sandwich. For example, what's a formal question or an informal question I can ask? A formal question, again, if we go back here, it says a formal question would be asked when writing, the answers would be in primary sources or secondary sources. Okay, so the source itself. I'm not really sure about a formal question, really. How about are peanut butter and jelly sandwiches popular? Are they popular? Are they mostly known around the world? Yes, they are. So are they popular? Yes. So maybe that could be one of our questions, if you choose to do that. And that would be an informal question. A formal question for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich would be kind of hard. Let's see. Oh, I know a good one. Is peanut butter and jelly sandwich good for you?
Yes.
Maybe that would be a good formal question.
Is
Maybe asking how many calories does a peanut butter and jelly sandwich have? Or how much fat does a peanut butter and jelly sandwich have? I don't know. Maybe that would be a good formal question. All right. Anyway, so I want you to come up with a formal, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm clicking on things, a formal and an informal question for your topic, and you're going to write them down here. Okay? When you are done, when you choose the topic that you want to do, you're going to circle or highlight it. So if you are going to choose one of these, you're going to circle or highlight it. If you're going to choose something that's not here, write it down here, add it on here, and then circle and highlight it. Okay? And that's all we're doing today. If you have any questions, let me know. I will see you later. Bye.